I think there should be maybe a soft holiday around now, at least something in the calendar that tells people specifically, stop saying Happy New Year. I think that goes on for a little. Thank you for agreeing. I don't know when the date should be. Some people, they discuss it. I don't know. I don't like it on January 1st. It could be midnight. People be like, Happy New Year. I'm like, chill out. Nothing happened yet. It's like, you about to jinx us. We about to have a terrible year because you can't shut up. That's kind of selfish. Technically, on paper, we've had some good ones. I don't know if there's anybody paying attention. Last year was our Jordan year. Yeah, just figured that out, right? That sucks. It's all good. This one's a good one. Can anybody guess what this year is? Kobe, that's right. Can you guess what next year is? It's the year Leonardo DiCaprio leaves us. So, prepare yourself now. Aren't you glad I said something? You would have been blindsided in a year. You don't deserve that. Now you can look back like, oh, yeah, that comedian did say something. Super funny, very professional. Not even that high. Last year was fine, I guess. I learned a few things. What's one thing? Oh, I learned that LL Bean is a clothing store. This whole time I thought it was a coffee shop. I don't even drink coffee, so I never walked in to fact check. I just kind of lived in this lie, just oblivious, in a bubble. I was even arrogant about it. I've even seen people with like LL Bean on their shirt. I just thought it was merch. I was like, they must really love those coffee grounds. I was like, I cannot relate. Was supposed to go to the movies this past weekend, got kicked out the group chat. It happens, it's pretty normal occurrence. I told them I was gonna bring a neck pillow, and I think that was just too much for them to wrap their mind around. They live it in the past. I guess it's fine. You see somebody at the airport, neck pillow, you're like, yeah, this makes sense, but you see me at the movie theater, trying to get down your aisle with like popcorn, what's the thought that comes to your head? Like, oh, snap, this dude's living in 2040. How do I become a genius like that? Obviously, this guy prioritizes comfort, which I do, that is right. Like, I just won a back scratcher in a trivia game. Thought it was a pretty mid gift and I used it, changed my life. I like scratched my own back. I was like, oh, I don't need a girlfriend. I could just do this by myself. Just supported me. I'm like, you got this. I'm overusing the back scratch. I'm using it in places I can reach. I'm in the front, just scratching away. Thinking to myself, why are we limiting this? Why are we calling it a back scratcher? It could just be a scratcher. That's real oppressive. Let your imagination go. Use it on a lottery ticket. Do whatever you want. Reinvent things. What else did we learn? Oh, I learned that July 1st is Canada Day last year. Same response I had. That's fine. That was honest. Don't be upset with yourself. What else did we do last year? We lost a sub. You guys remember that? A little tiny 6-cent sub. Somebody clap for that. It's a crazy ordeal. Everybody died immediately. They said nothing to us, so we just talked trash about a bunch of dead dudes for like 4 or 5 days. Gave him a proper roasting. Instead, they hit up, I don't know if nobody knew, they hit up James Cameron. They was like, we got a disaster in front of us. Let's hit up the dude that directed Titanic. He'll know what to do. He did not. He panicked. He was like, go see Avatar 2, Shape of Water. And we did. We saw it. But they messed up the whole way. I don't know if anybody knew this, but they named the little sub, they called it the Titan, which is, that's like too on the nose, right? That's like calling it Junior. That's too close to Titanic. They could have gave it a better name, like maybe the Survivor, maybe the Round Trip. That would have been better. We'll be right back. I would have been okay with that. I'm like, that's a great name. They used a controller with the cord cut. I was like, that's self-sabotage. This is my reenactment of what happened. They were just like, game over. Call Mr. Cameron. We also lost 5 billionaires on that thing. That was more eye-opening than anything. It reminded me how expensive the sandwiches have gotten at Subway, the sandwich shop. It's the most alarming part of the story. You guys don't seem as outraged as I am. I'm just gonna say it costs like almost $30 for a combo. You gotta fill up your own cup, pick up your own bag of chips. At this point, I just show up with my own tip jar. I'm like, we both working, hook it up. I'm like, I am tired. Why do y'all keep the chips so low to the ground? Jeez. Here in New York, we dealt with that, what was it, that terrible air quality last year for like a couple days. Came from Canada. Brush fires. I don't know, it was a major inconvenience. I was like, we should do something back to Canada, right? Don't let them get away with this. I had to search all over my apartment for a mask, looking under old mail inside my couch cushions. I found one, I was like, I hope this is safer. It was not. I wound up getting COVID from 2021 that was just chilling in my mask, waiting for the get back. As soon as I put that mask on, it was like, there you go. I was like, I can't smell. Not a single Canadian apologized either. Didn't hear a single sorry, eh? That's like their favorite thing. You gotta pay attention to these guys. Something new I started this. I got into started watching more cooking shows, right? I don't know. It gave me a different perspective. You call them Hot Pockets. I call it Pizza Wellington. A little bit on the culture side right now. Thank you. What else? Got into vision boarding. I thought you guys would applaud. No, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. I got into it on my own. I saw a homie doing it. I was like, that's like adult arts and craft. I can participate. Only issue is I don't know how long it takes till you have to like complete the visions. I keep getting different responses. Some people say, oh, you have a week. I'm like, that's quick. Some people are like, oh, you have forever. I'm like, that's way too long. You telling me I have until I die to make it to any beach? All right. I don't hate that. I want my vision board completed in a timely fashion. At this point, it just looks like a grocery list with cutouts. It's like Nike socks, deodorant. I even wrote a note to myself. I was like, get a sandwich named after you at the deli, right? That's motivation. That's probably the hardest thing on there. Just got a letter the other day from the IRS. Well, I got it like a year ago. I just recently opened it up. Didn't even get a chance to read it. Had to throw it right in the garbage. Was not on the vision board, so my hands were tied. I tried to open it. I got like a paper cut. I was like, that's the universe. I was like, I hear you, buddy. Lost a phone recently. Left that in the back of an Uber. Tried to email them to get the phone back. Driver never replied. I assume he found my phone, saw it was an Android, and then threw it out the window. That's funny? Okay. It's all good. I got another one, so we back. Still requesting that other charger, right? Nothing changed. But I tried to be patient. I waited for like a week, hoping to get this phone back. Like I said, never responded, which was tough because I forgot how hard it was to have to look at people in real life. Like it was just that or stare at my empty hand, which was a lot of back and forth. I was like, I don't want to know my future. Started wearing headphones plugged right into my pocket, just bobbing my head to silence. People thought I was rapping to myself. I was just saying, this is BS over and over under my breath. Did not appreciate that phone. That's the problem. I took it for granted. I played a lot of games. Like I would type in walking directions and then I would just jump in the car just to impress my phone. My phone would just get confused. Be like, how'd you get here so fast? I'd be like, whoa, mind your business. You in my pocket. I'll pay the bill. It's not how this works. You got to establish dominance over your phone. Let it know that it's not that smart, all right? I give you life. It would just autocorrect words that already exist, right? It just change them, right? Like I would type in the word they, and they would just be like thus. Confusing all my homies. They'd be like, bro, you taking a creative writing class? What's happening? Talk to us. Let us in. Had a homeboy hit me up. He was like, bro, let's go hit this bar, grab some drinks. I tried to reply back, say I was broke, but it auto-corrected to broken, which ended that conversation. I didn't hear back for weeks. I understood. He probably got the message, was like, I'm broken. That's too much unpacking. Probably through the phone. He did hit me back eventually, a few weeks later, right? So in this message feed, it said, I'm broken from me, obviously. And then a few weeks, he responded. He was like, hey, bro, do you have a hookup on mushrooms? I was like, of course. He never done them before. I was like, no problem, bro. I got you. Don't worry about it. Went, got the mushrooms, brought them back, split them up. We were about to take them. But before we did them, he stopped me, right? He goes, hey, bro, don't do anything gay. I don't know who in here is familiar with mushrooms, but I had to tell this dude, I was like, hey, bro, it's not my decision to make. Take the mushrooms, let go of the will, no more rookie questions, huh?